Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will go through quite a number of topics. We have protests in Istanbul, in Turkey. We have protests now in Slovakia against Robert Fico, the Prime Minister of Slovakia, who survived the assassination attempt. I also have an article from TASS. It's about a remarkable anniversary of Sergey Lavrov and his accomplishment. We're going to read that. We will address a mysterious situation with Gazprom and what's happening there. I also have another topic, and that is how Ukrainians are going to build a very expensive resort very close to the border with Poland. This will be a mountain resort. Some of you probably heard about it, some of you have not. But if you haven't, I will bring this to you, as well as a very funny video that I will end my video with. However, I want to start this video with something of importance to me. And this holds a significance to me, and it's my name. As you can read it right here, in this very corner, if you just focus where this is going right here for a moment, you can see my name. To some of you, my name does not matter, so maybe my channel should not matter because it's part of me. As I was growing up, my parents have taught me that to have the name of people, that you write it down on you or you address them correctly, it's one of the most important things. I also have I've learned throughout my life that when you apply for a job, you have to put the name of the company or the person you are addressing your application to in the right way. You have to do it correctly, because if you don't, if you make a mistake in the name of the company or the person that you're addressing the application to, you can be disqualified right away without even your application reaching the hands of the right people. Throughout my life, I've also learned that when you address people, calling them by their name, you build a very strong, lasting relationships with those people because people feel connected to you. You build a rapport with people. Perhaps, maybe that's why, when I have interviews with my guests, some of you probably have noticed that I tend to address my guest by the name. And I don't make mistake when I address my guest by the name. When I read some of your comments, I might, but I apologize because I don't know you. My guests, they can correct it and they can always let me know if my pronunciation is off. However, I put their name correctly. That's why it's very surprising to me, and I don't know what is the reason, if this is just ignorance or you decided that you want to give me a different name. When I put this poll out yesterday and I've asked you, what is my name? Because those are the names that you choose to use with J, Anita, with Y. None of those are my names. What I really don't understand is why you're doing this, because if I see a video that the name of the person is on the screen, I already know what is the person's name. Maybe I am salty now, maybe I am, but it's important to me if you call me the way what my name is, or just don't put the name at all, because I find it disrespectful, even though I'm sure it's not your intention. But then I came across this video, I want to share this with you, and I thought, maybe that's one of the reasons why this happens. Another reason is also this. Before I play the video, I also had the aha moment, and I said to myself, this is exactly what's happening with society nowadays. You can have the truth right at the front of your eyes. You can read it, but you still twist it. It's just an example. So let me play the video, how people are nowadays.
For go. Stay. Don't know.
What is the past tense for go?
Go. I don't know, pal. Past, what was it again?
What is the past tense for go?
Past tense.
Yeah.
Come.
Come.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you explain that to the people watching at home, please?
Because if you tell someone to go, the other meaning for it is to come back. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying.
Nah. That's chill. I'm off me, pal.
Have a good day, sir. Yeah. What is the past tense for go?
For go?
Yeah.
Stop. Wait, past tense. How can go be present tense? What do you mean by that? Present? Past?
What's the past tense for go?
Stay.
I hope you understand where I'm going with this. So maybe this is the level that most people operate on. I don't know. No offense. However, if you don't know how to spell my name, please don't put the name at all, or just read the screen. Now let's get to the news. If you decided to unsubscribe, I understand. No offense. I mean it, for real. Let's go to the news, everyone. Let's look at the resort. What is this resort that Ukrainians are building? Another interesting video I came across, and then I will show you the article and the map where exactly this is going to appear.
I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. So there isn't enough money in this man's country to fund his conflict for the past 2 odd years, but there is £1.2 billion available to build an incredible brand new ski resort. While this man's troops are defending the Eastern Front, they are building a huge new holiday resort on the other side of the country. The Goro Mountain Ski Resort will have 25 hotels, 5,500 rooms that will stretch across a total area of 2,965 acres, with 41 to 46 6-mile-long ski slopes and over 10 miles of ski lifts. This is just unreal. Why are we sending billions of pounds over there to help them defend their country, yet they have £1.2 billion to build a brand new bloody ski resort? I truly am flabbergasted with this, as I'm sure many of you out there are too. It may not be this man at the helm of this vast project, but still, come on, talk about rubbing it in our faces. I have lost count of how much of the UK taxpayers' money has gone over there, and now they throw this in our faces. Wow. Oh my God. I wish I was.
So as Borat would say, very nice, great success. Let's look where is this resort going to be. Let's look, everyone. Since it's next to Poland, here we have the map. Różanka Wyżna, this is in Polish. I'm sure a lot of you cannot pronounce it. So let me just close this 1 second. This resort is going to be, let me zoom it, right here in this region. You see Lwów right here. So in this area, they're gonna have the resort. Poland is right here. Here you have the Western Ukraine. Actually, it's very close to Slovakia as well. We will go to Slovakia's protest in a second. But this resort is going to be right here. So let's read about this. The official article from Polish portals says this. This has been out for quite some time, because this article was, let's see, in February, yes, Tuesday, February 25th, which is almost a month ago. Interia Business, Polish portal, a new worry for the Highlanders. Ukrainians are building a resort right next to the border with Poland. How come I've missed that, guys? I don't know, but It's always something. In the Western Carpathians, Lviv region, near the border with Poland, Goro Mountain Resort is being built. A year-round luxury ski resort for the Highlanders from Podhale, for whom this season was extremely poor. This is not a good news. The owners of accommodation from Zakopane. Zakopane is like, I will just use this as a comparison. It's not exactly the same, but it's like Polish St. Moritz kind of. Very, very famous mountain resort in Poland, Zakopane. The owners of accommodation from Zakopane complained that tourists did not turn up during these holidays. Some pointed out that the weather was to blame, others that due to inflation, Poles could not afford to travel. Yes, I have to say before I continue, those places actually became very expensive. It's quite interesting because it looks like it's sometimes cheaper to travel abroad than to travel in Poland. Overall, I'm saying, you know, it's not with every place, but there are many offers, international travels that are more reasonable in prices than staying in Poland and paying for the hotels. Some pointed out that the weather was to blame. I read this already. There were also voices that there are not fewer guests, but there are more hotels and new accommodations. The occupancy rate at the peak of the winter break in Zakopane was 70%. That's not bad anyway. For comparison, in the Pieniny Mountains, it was only 10-15%. Wow, you see, this is huge loss here. In Szczawica, that's another place, hard to pronounce, some guest houses did not open at all during the winter holidays. So let's read about this resort, everyone. Project. You see, Ukrainian project. Project Goro Mountain Resort is expected to cost $1.5 billion for the authorities of Polish winter resorts and local entrepreneurs. Goro Mountain Resort will therefore be another worry. A modern, luxurious, and year-round ski resort is being built between the towns of Różanka and Wołosianka in the Lviv region. It is located about 60 kilometers from the Hrebene-Rawa-Ruska border crossing. The owner of the fuel network, so some Ukrainian oligarch, I believe, Okko Vasyl Danilak, is behind the investment in the Western Carpathians. The cost of building the resort was estimated at $1.5 billion, of which $500 million will be provided by Okko. That's the name of his company. The rest is to come from investors. So who is going to invest? Huh? The total area of Goro Mountains Resort will be almost 1,200 hectares, of which 360 hectares are planned for mountain and ski infrastructure, and over 800 hectares for the development of hotel, commercial, and recreational facilities. Over the next 15 years, the company plans to build 4,175 kilometers long ski slopes with 342 hectares of snow cover, 17.5 kilometers of ski lifts, including 2 modern gondola lifts, and 11, sorry, I don't know how you pronounce it, I probably use it when I snowboard, chair lifts, oh my god, it's chair. Yeah, chair lifts, okay. Those are, if they clean it, is good, I hope. As well as welcome and mountain resorts. The first and longest gondola lift in Ukraine, 2.8 kilometers, and the longest ski slope, 3.8 kilometers, will be built here, as well as 25 hotels with 5,000 rooms. Yep, so that's what's going on, everyone. I will attach the article and the link down below in the description box. And since we are close to Slovakia, let me show you what's going on there. I will play a short clip from this video because I don't know who created it, but I want to just look at the images and what's really going on there. And then we will read some comments from the viewers. How about that?
Large crowds again took to the streets across Slovakia on Friday to voice their opposition to populist Prime Minister Robert Fico and his pro-Russian policies. According to Associated Press, over the last 3 months, tens of thousands of people have rallied every fortnight in Bratislava and beyond, demanding Fico's resignation. The protests began in late December after Fico's trip to Moscow for talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin, a rare visit to the Kremlin by a European Union leader since Moscow's all-out invasion of Ukraine began more than 3 years ago, and his remarks that Slovakia might consider leaving the 27-nation EU and NATO. Fico, who survived an assassination attempt in May 2024, has faced calls to resign over his comments about future EU and NATO membership and his claim that Russia had security reasons to invade Ukraine. Fico's views on Russia have sharply differed from the European mainstream. He returned to power last his party won a parliamentary election in 2023.
So here is my question, everyone. I have some viewers from Slovakia. I know I do, because you left comments many times under my videos. I'm not buying this. Something is just off. Clearly, we can see the rainbow lovers and we can see the EU lovers and, you know, the values and stuff. But I want to ask you, is this number of people computer generated, CGI, computer generated image? You know, they multiply this like on the videos. We know this, right? All those techniques. So what's really going on? Because I'm not buying this. I know there is some opposition, of course, but something is just off here for me. And I want to go to a comment. Let me just see. There was a few comments. Someone said here, I think you can see it, guys, right? Someone said, Galaxy said, it's fake, it's a photo montage. And of course, there are replies that he's a bot or, you know, something like that. Again, I'm not feeling this. I feel something here is just off. It's not exactly what's going on. So please, let's share this under this video, everyone, and let me know what's really going on in Slovakia. And now let's go to Turkey before we do this. So yesterday I had a craving for shish kebab, believe me or not. Yes, once in a while I do that. I just want shish kebab. And I went to the place where I go, and there is this Turkish man that makes this great shish kebab. And he speaks Polish very well. He's been living in Poland for, I think, 12 years now, if I remember correctly, because I talked to him yesterday and I asked him, listen, you're from Turkey, right? He said, yes, I am. I said, so what's going on there? They are protesting, right? He's like, yeah, Erdogan. I'm like, is he good or not? And he started to talk about Erdogan or Erdogan, however you say it, his name, because they apparently don't like the flip-flop Erdogan there. And he is like a king. That's what he's telling me, this guy. He's like, Erdogan is like a king. He wants to rule Turkey. But it's a lot of corruption, it's a big mess, and he wants to rule forever. So let's look at this protests in Turkey. It's good to talk to people and have different opinions, you know, from different sides. But shish kebab was good. So let's take a look at those protests.
Artık emniyetteki ifade başladı ve tam yasak.
Bütün yolları kapattı. Yasaklamadan
İstanbul'daki bir yolsuzluk operasyonu bahane edilerek sokaklarımızın karıştırılmak istendiğine şahit oluyoruz. Öncelikle bir avuç kifayetsiz muhterisin sırf kendi ikballeri, menfaatleri, rant ve yağma tezgahları bozulmasın diye milletimizin huzuruna kastetmesine, insanlarımızı kışkırtmasına, Türkiye'yi terörize ve tedirgin etmeye çalışmasına göz yummayacağımızın bilinmesini istiyorum. Marjinallerin peşine takılıp polisimize saldırarak, görevini yapan hakim ve savcılarımızı tehdit ederek, mahkemeleri baskı altına alarak, demokrasiye ve milli iradeye meydan okuyarak, gayri hukuki, gayri ahlaki ve antidemokratik yollara başvurarak bu ülkede artık hiçbir yere varılmaz. Türkiye sokakta bulunmuş bir ülke değildir. Sokak terörüne de teslim edilmeyecektir.
So again, I don't know much about that region. However, the Turkish guy who made this great shish kebab yesterday for me told me that mayor of Istanbul city, Ankara is the capital, but Istanbul is the place most of you are familiar with and probably travel to. He vetoed against Erdogan, and now as he's in opposition, they are taking care of him and accusing him of corruption. So as the story goes, it's all twisted, right? Isn't it? Since we are on the topic of corruption, let's move to the next topic. An article I came across a few days ago, but I didn't share it with you. So let's look into it. Mysterious sell-off Gazprom shares during the Trump-Putin conversation. As you remember, about 3 days ago, there was this phone call between Trump and Putin. And the article goes, during a telephone conversation between the American president and the Russian dictator, Polish portal, a mysterious investor threw Gazprom shares worth the equivalent of 60 million Polish zloty, I will tell you exactly the number in a second, onto the Moscow Stock Exchange. The company fell by 3.3%. Other Russian state-owned and oligarchic companies have also become cheaper. So what was this? On Tuesday, an anonymous investor on the Moscow Stock Exchange got rid of a large block of Gazprom shares worth about 1.2 billion rubles. So this is around a little bit over 14 million US dollars. He did this during negotiations between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, according to data from the Quick Exchange Terminal. This is a company that I think we're gonna hear a lot more very, very soon. It's all connected. Let's not make a mistake. Now we're gonna go to Sergey Lavrov because around the world in 75 years, Sergey Lavrov celebrates milestone anniversary. Let's read this. From yesterday, Moscow, March 21st, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov, who has held this post, his position, for 21 years, the longest in the current cabinet, is celebrating his 77th birthday today. Sorry, 75th birthday today. Let's go through his career. I think we have to acknowledge the best diplomat in the world. So career begins. Lavrov's diplomatic career began with studies at the MGIMO University, where he graduated from the Eastern Department of the Faculty of International Relations in 1972. The first step in his professional career was his appointment to the USSR embassy in Sri Lanka. How cool, huh? I was in Sri Lanka, actually. This was only logical during his student years. In addition to English and French, Lavrov mastered the rare, oh, you see, now I don't know how to say, this is the language in Sri Lanka. Sinhalese, I think, that's how you say it, the language from Sri Lanka. Later, he held a number of important positions in the central office of the foreign ministry, and in 1994, he was appointed permanent representative of the Russian Federation to the United Nations. Lavrov worked in this post for 10 years, and his charisma, excellent sense of humor, and ability to smoke in the workplace are still remembered at the New York headquarters. On March the 9th, 2004, he was appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs of Russia. 125 times around the equator. Working as head of Russian diplomacy means constant business trips. Last year alone, which was not the busiest for trips, Lavrov visited more than 24 countries, including China, Qatar, Iran, Turkey, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, Malta, Brazil, the United Arab Emirates, Laos, the United States. Yeah, you remember he was at the UN. Mongolia, Malaysia, Vietnam, North Korea, Burkina Faso, the Republic of Congo, Guinea. The Russian foreign minister visited Belarus and Kazakhstan several times and paid his first ever visit to the Republic of Chad. This translates into about 240,000 kilometers of travels by air. Simple match calculations show that even at this annual rate, Lavrov's total flight time in the 21 years stands at about 5 million kilometers, or at least 7 flights to the moon and back. Well, that flight to the moon, right? The landing on the moon, that's another story. Or 125 times around the equator. Back in 2021, the minister said that he had visited about 150 states, but Russia was always the most attractive country for him. Let's read a little bit more about hobbies and gifts. Over the years, the minister received an African tom-tom, an Indian scarf, guitars as gifts, and in 2014, Lavrov got 2 huge potatoes from Idaho as a gift from John Kerry, to which he later reciprocated with tomatoes from the Krasnodar region. A separate collection includes near sports gifts. For example, Brazilian Foreign Minister Mauro Vieira gave Lavrov an autographed T-shirt by Vinicius Jr., a player of the national team and Real Madrid, as a gift. The diplomat gratefully confessed, "He's one of my favorite football players." Last year, Bashkiria's sport minister Ruslan Kabibov presented Lavrov with a paddle of Russian slalom athlete Alsa Mingazova, with which she competed at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Hobbies. Lavrov is passionate about football. He is a devoted Spartak fan, and on Sundays, when he is free from big politics, he goes out to kick the ball on the football field. How cool, huh? So we learn a little bit more about the best diplomat in the world, Mr. Lavrov. And now I will take you to something of a lighter nature, a funny video that we will end my video with. And it's still related to the politics. So let me mute myself and let's play it.
Zelensky, you can't keep pouting over your meeting with President Trump. You need to go back to him and demand more money for Ukraine. If you don't get more money, then me and a lot of other people can't profit from the military-industrial complex. No, you can't make me. I know you made yourself look like a little boy having a tantrum on national television, but I'm counting on you to get more money for Ukraine for me. Maybe he's grumpy because he has to go to the bathroom. Oh, good thinking, Maxine. Does my widow president have to make a boom boom? I know you get grumpy when you have a poopy in your tummy. No, I don't have poopy in my tummy. Sorry, I'm late. Is he still refusing to get more money for Ukraine for us? Yes. I think he's grumpy because he has to make a boom boom. I don't have to boom boom. Okay, well then you have to be a big boy and go ask for more money for Ukraine for me. No, Trump too scary. He not have dementia. Last president I asked for money. He say, who? What? Where am I? Writes check. Easy. I see. There's nothing to be afraid of, little guy. You know we have your back. After all, the official position of the Democratic Party is that we don't care about humanity. We care about money for Ukraine for us. Maybe we can call Trump and ask for the money ourselves. Oh, good idea, Maxine. Hello? JD? Where's Donald? I demand you put him on the phone. He made our widow president very upset. I can put Donald on the phone, if you say the magic word. What? I said I'll put Donald on the phone, but first you have to say the magic word. Damn it, JD. I don't have time for your games. I need at least $450 billion more for Ukraine for me, so you put Donald on and make him pay. Hello? JD? Zelensky, you can't keep pouting over your meeting with President Trump.
Pretty cool, huh? So I will put this short clip and the stories in my Instagram, AniaK_44. Yeah, you know, you need more laughter because ultimately, have you seen those images behind Zelensky? Very cool, huh? That's all I have for you, everyone. All the links will be attached down below in the description box. If you appreciate this video, you can hit the thumbs up. If you feel offended, I got it. No problem. And with this being said, lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video. Bye.